Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of the Lukewarm Cinema Podcast. We're three lifelong friends who talk all things movie and TV. My name is Austin. Today I'm joined with
your boy Christian
and your brother George.
We're doing it again. We're a little early, so we're a day early because my sister graduates high school tomorrow.
Woohoo!
So I'm gonna be out there getting
Shout out to Summer.
Getting tweez at Thomas and Mack.
Is it Thomas and Mack?
Yeah, they're doing Thomas and Mack for same
Nice.
school I went to. We had to do goddamn the Orleans.
Those of you who don't live in Vegas, Thomas and Mack is where the local university plays their basketball games.
And where the Palo Verde parents get into fights.
Boom.
That was the year we graduated.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Stay tuned for graduation fight videos. That's on the fucking come up.
That's on, especially because people are like, ah.
Those and then like people shitting on the commencement speech, like fucking. We had a fucking physicist at our commencement address, and I fell asleep during it. You're going to hear a whole bunch of those.
Nate's in here right now saying, your sister's a nerd. Imagine graduating. I think he's the real Chad here.
No, Nate's an alpha. That's an alpha move.
He is Rambo, which is who we're going to be talking about later today. But I guess we'll get into our week. So, Christian.
Yes, my week. It consisted of very specific days. They say, some people say the week starts on Sunday. Some people say it starts on Monday. But it's usually Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And that was the week. No, just kidding.
Roll credits.
Days of the week.
Dun, dun.
Days of the week.
Dun, dun.
Days of the week. Days of the week. Here's Chris's week.
Did I miss like a? Is that a song?
Yeah, I was. Wow.
I know it's like Addams Family, but
all those cheesy like elementary school songs to learn like multiplication tables and days of the week, and
where they just slightly avoid copyright.
Exactly. Have an awesome time. Good day.
Go ahead, bro.
Okay, so I want to talk about how today, like, I had a really bad day at work.
No way.
So, like, I'm new. So when there's like a rush, sometimes I mess up or I'm constantly having to ask somebody else to help me. And today there's a rush, and like one person that's usually there is like on vacation, and like, it was a rough moment, right? And I had some mess ups, and this one guy that I work with, he was getting mad at me. Like he did like I messed up. And he did like a Jesus Christ, like out loud to me.
No. Wow.
Christian and I just out here getting yelled at our jobs today, man. This is wild.
Yeah.
Jesus. Oh my God. So he gave you that, and then what happened after that? Was it like you kind of?
That was the first mess up. No, you don't understand.
That was the first one.
That was my first mess up, and I messed up multiple times in front of him, and a few of them were like ended up being somewhat at his expense, and that was just like me messing up. You know what I mean? And I was very embarrassed because when I frustrate somebody at work, I want to just like do better, and so I was like, oh fuck, I'm sorry, like shit. But like when the rush cooled down, like we were cool again. You know what I mean? Like, because that's how I write it off. Like there was a rush. It was a fucking moment and a half.
Now I think this is very critical. Can you explain your like how your body felt in that moment? Because I've been trying to identify these moments in my life where I'm like, things are really fucking hectic right now. I don't want to fuck people over. I don't want to fuck things up. And your body like feels a certain way. How did yours feel in that moment?
You feel tense. You feel a little bit tense because you're trying to like keep speed with what you're doing and also focus. And also sometimes like people are, yelling things at you, like the one guy, my manager saying, belly aching, oh, why is nobody helping me with drinks? And, somebody's running from like to take orders and then help on the line, and like
you should just punch them next time they start complaining. Just shut the fuck up and just punch them.
Well, like, I understand. Like, no, okay.
I'm a little mad. Sorry.
Here's the first mess that started it. Okay, so we have the egg cooker in a really shitty spot. It's one of those ones where it's like, here's like the grill, rectangle, then it has like a Nintendo DS style lid.
Right, and there's like 4 circles inside of it.
This one has 6, big dick. Okay,
big dick circles.
Damn,
yeah,
George,
it's a fucking
know
breakfast
that.
place. My bad.
But we have
6 circles, 6 egg circles.
6 egg circles. Get those perfect little egg patty looking things. They're real eggs. Chill out, guys. We just put them in circles. But it's in a really bad spot, I will admit. It's like propped up against a shelf, and that's how it from falling closed. So like sometimes it'll get a little bit scooted and it'll like shut on itself. and we keep the knives and napkins we put in the dozen boxes, right? And somebody ordered 5 and somebody else ordered 2 on top of it. So I'm fucking hella cutting bagels and fucking getting them out of the thing. And I hurriedly get one out of the tub, the knives and napkins. And I accidentally caused the grill to close while this guy's cooking eggs. So I think he got scared more than anything. I don't think it actually closed on his hand. But like it almost like fucked up the shape of one of the eggs I was cooking. And it slammed, and it was surprising. And that's when he went, Jesus Christ. Like
that's a startling moment. Now I thought you fucked up and he was like, Jesus Christ, this fucking kid. That's an honest fuck up.
And
that's a scary fuck up too. It slams on his fucking
I accidentally cut off his forearm, but no big deal.
No biggie.
Yeah, like, and I felt really bad. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm so sorry, man. And and that was the first one, and then it was other minor fuck ups after that. But once things slowed down, it was chill. Like, we were fine again. It was like, okay, under the bridge, I learned how to do certain things better.
I just imagine he said under the bridge. Just imagine Christian like at work under the sea,
under the sea.
Now I do recommend this, because I would do this at Panera. In my job, I never was as stressed out as you probably were. In this moment, occasionally would happen. My favorite thing to do was to go to the freezer and just fuck off in the freezer because it's cool in there. You can, like, if it's really fucking hot, you get your second to all your sweat kind of like fucking freezes instantly.
It's an instant fix, yeah.
It feels amazing. Now, do you take trips to the freezer?
No, like my shift is like a quick burst. It's like 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. And most places close at 5, Einstein's, but because we just do like the university crowd, we close at like 2.
Nice.
So, and usually I'm just doing stuff the whole time. The only time I go into the cooler or freezer is when they send me back to get more stuff to stock the line.
Nice.
But it's nice.
I feel it. Okay, I just had to ask.
So, and today I actually got off early, which I didn't know until they told me. And they're like, Chris, it's 12 o'clock. You got to clock out. I'm like, oh, shit. All right. So, like, the day was bad, and then I was over it being bad, and then there was, like, a cherry on top. So it was cool. Like, I got home, and I didn't feel bad.
Nice.
So that was work. I want to share an endeavor. I told you guys how I took to making funny-ass Yelp reviews.
Let's go.
Yes.
Fuck yes.
There's an update.
I get an email message.
Oh no.
Message from Yelp HQ.
Christian is infiltrated.
Hello. We're reaching out to you to let you know that our moderators removed your reviews of Poke Heaven, which I read as Pokey Heaven at the time. More on that later. And several other businesses because it wasn't clear that your review described your firsthand experience as a customer of the business. And then they give their little blurb, blah, 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 we removed. And then it says, which I love these, like band or do something, how it'll read back what you said. It says flagged content. And here's the review. Now, reminder, it's called Poke Heaven, but I read it as Pokey Heaven. It has nothing to do with Pokemon. You'd think that with the Pokemon Go craze, they'd get the picture. However, I digress. Still gets 4 stars, though, since the bathrooms are beautiful and clean.
Why? Why would they take that down?
Yeah, that's art.
I think because...
There's the coughs that you were talking about. I'm so sorry, Austin. Motherfucker.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
Probably because they know it's a joke review. Like, oh, I talk about Pokemon Go. Like,
yeah, but I think, right. I think this is where Yelp puts on like, oh, this we have like standards to uphold. You're fucking Yelp, bro. Okay, relax.
There's that picture. I don't think it's Elon Musk, but it's a guy who looks like Elon, and he's like laughing so hard he's crying but holding his laptop. It's like Facebook about to ban me for some funny shit I said.
Right, bro?
I want to know if that was Yelp with what you were saying.
Chris, I'm so glad you were able to fucking get an email from them. That's awesome.
Yes, which is like, it's like a trophy.
He's gonna hang it up. He's gonna frame
achievement. You just got the achievement.
Okay, I remembered that I did a really funny one earlier today while I was on break after getting that.
That's how he lets it off.
Yeah, like, I'll just spill it on fucking these random businesses. So I want to read that because that one I remember was quite funny. Okay, and I got like a fake name and a fake picture. Don't know how illegal it is. Just don't tell. Don't be a snitch, bitch. Okay, I'm not.
Don't be a snitch, bitch.
I'm
Christian Bosch, 2021.
Yeah, I'm not threatening to like fucking, launch nukes from my silo onto the Gaza Strip
In Minecraft.
in Minecraft. But okay, this restaurant was called Ike's Love and Sandwiches.
Oh god, just the name alone, I don't even want to know.
5-star review. Oh my. The sandwiches were delicious, of course, but what floored me was the love part of Ike's Love and Sandwiches.
What?
The person serving loved me ... quite thoroughly. I wonder if they offer that to every customer. I left, all caps, very satisfied.
Oh my god,
Christian, I
Chris.
have a favor to ask.
Oh yeah?
Can you do like import like movie quotes into some of these? Like, I want you to review like a mattress place and then quote like the long and short where they do have the best mattresses.
Hey, that's a good troll. I'll look into like putting like a copy pasta or some ridiculous wall of text on some of these.
Just DDoS attack them.
Hey, that's illegal. We were joking. We were joking about that one, guys. Chill out.
Chris, what I love is that like Yelp sends you the email 7 a.m. and they're pretty much telling you jump, and then you write that
Might as
next
well
review.
jump.
You write that next review, and then you like are pretty much just telling them, how high, Yelp? How high do you want me to jump? Because I will do it. All right, that was that's because you were like, okay, can't not make it related to the restaurant, but the wordplay, phenomenal.
I
you
imagine-
did an excellent job on that review. Good one.
He's like Michael Scott. Like, don't do it. He's like, well, now I'm gonna do it even harder.
Oh, you brought up that was the name of the fucking character he faked. It was Michael Scott.
Oh, was it? I was kind
No,
of.
I'm just kidding. That should be the next one you make up though.
You should just do like a Michael Scott monologue from The Office, but put it in and just find a way to like, or you could take like Pam's or that guy from Applebee's who kicked Pam out for getting too drunk. You
Okay.
could just be like,
They got banned from Chili's.
yeah, you could like take that guy's name and just like put him at some random and be like, so and so kicked you out of Chili's because I had 3 Long Island iced teas.
I make up some crazy description of some crazy employee. Like, he was 7 feet tall. He had, curls in his hair and sideburns. And he was wearing overalls. Just this mythical employee.
But it's Best Buy.
You're telling me he was on Geek Squad and he put the peanut butter in your disk drive. Okay.
Right. Okay.
Hey, we know a guy that we went to school with who would do shit like that.
Yes.
Did I ever tell you about him?
Yes.
Go ahead.
We'll call him Jay. I've known him since elementary school. Christian knows him. This kid, he's a cool kid, but he told me like one time it was like in high school. We had a class together. We went to the computer lab, and he straight up like opened the disk drive and then shoved a Pop-Tart into that bitch and closed it.
Ruthless.
And he said he does it because he's like, the school doesn't fuck it. I don't give a fuck. I'm not gonna get charged for it. I just say, oh, miss, I found it. And like he did something else. Like he put, because you're not supposed to put magnets on screens. He took a fucking magnet and put it on like the monitor, and like it got like it makes like this black spot. And he, miss, I turned on my monitor and she's like, oh my god, that's terrible. And he looks at me and he goes, works every time.
That is so genius. Wow.
I'll tell after the show. I'll tell you who it was.
Notes that we can just post it on TikTok, and every kid will be like, "Oh my god, look, we can
just fuck up the entire."
There was a teacher on this podcast. He even admitted it. That's the perfect alibi. Fuck yeah.
But yeah, so
Found it like that.
I think you should like
Hilarious.
Anyway, go back to like The Office. You should like take it like or a Dwight monologue.
Yeah, some crazy off the wall shit he said that like there's no good context for.
You could take a Dwight monologue about fire safety and put it at like a fire extinguisher sales place.
I like comment on like the placement of their like emergency kit or something. Like, office safety is very important.
Then he cut the face off the dummy and put it on his own.
And he went,
You're welcome for that.
you are.
Clip that. Dude, that's gonna be TikTok's gonna use that sound like 8 million times.
We just became TikTok famous. By the time you hear this, it's already all over the world.
2.2 mil.
2.2. Oh man, if we got that many people listening,
Ooh, soon.
we could afford to pay Lonnie more than just a breadstick every episode.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know if you see the size of that hand when it pops in, but you need more than a fucking breadstick. Let me tell you.
It's in the shot now.
Look at that thumb. All right.
So it sounds like you had a growth week.
Yeah, it was chill. The only other thing I did was, I just downloaded Mortal Kombat 11.
Oh
That
yeah.
again. Chill game. You know, beat the shit out of each other, and that's fun. And that's the last thing that happened my week. Really.
Nice.
Nice.
Austin,
I'll,
sure.
I'll try to keep mine short and sweet. It was a week. I always say that. We all talked about. I booked a big client again.
Oh wait, hold on. Wait,
Oh, right.
I'm sorry. One more thing happened that I wanted to complain about my week, and I forgot Austin.
Damn, bro, you're gonna have to take that up with HR over there.
Is that can we still put that through? It's like an Einstein's when they like do their whole order
And then they try to go back.
and then they want to add something, and I like you have to put in like a manager's password, and everybody's fucking busy. And then my boss Dave gets mad at me. Come on, like I did
Wait,
it.
he talks to you like that?
No, he's actually just a guy who gets overwhelmed when even when like nothing
Okay.
wrong is happening, and he'll just go like, I don't understand why is it like this? And it's funny because he's an old white guy, and there's if you've been to Einstein's, you see the art there. You know, there's like an old guy holding his head in confusion.
It's hella creepy. I've always hated Einstein's wall art.
It's weird art, but it's an old guy.
You just don't get it.
He's holding his head, this old guy in this picture, and I joked, I'm like, dude, that's Dave when the rush happens, bro. He's like, I don't understand. But
That's good. That's good.
the thing that I wanted to complain about was I got off work and I was taking a ride share home. I was taking an Uber, and I waited, like 10 minutes or whatever. Like it was fairly short, and I came outside because he was around the corner. He calls me, where are you at? Okay.
It's Uber, I hear.
And I saw on the map, because like I always look, I'm like, get here, motherfucker. I see their little paths. He was like basically like behind the building. He definitely passed at least behind the building. But whatever, sometimes the app messes up. I give people the benefit of the doubt, of course. But he says, where are you at? And I say, I'm in the Einstein Brothers Bagels in the University Gardens parking lot across from UNLV. And I like explained in 3 ways where I am and how to get there when he was around the corner. And he just said, you put in the wrong number for the address.
No, fuck that guy.
Which it's the address that the app itself, that Lyft saves in the app as Einstein Brothers Bagels.
So Lyft fucked it up.
No, this guy I think he didn't want to take the ride.
Bro, so whenever I have that issue with people, I'm typically really proactive. I'll fucking be like, hey, bro, I see you. Like, I'll lie to him. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I see you. I'm right around the corner. Just wait 1 second. And then I go on the scramble because I know how tough Lyfts and Ubers are to fucking come by. And I know that exact feeling when the dude's like, well, you sent the wrong fucking address. No, fuck you, buddy. Okay, your job is to find me. All right? It's not for me to play hide and go seek with your ass.
Yeah,
All
he's
right?
the first guy of all my drivers to not understand how to get there. And I told him 3 ways how to do it from where he was. I'm like, looking at the fucking map. Here's where you go. And so he said, oh, you put in the wrong address. And I explained to him again, like, okay, well, here's what you do. And then I hear silence. I say, hello, buddy. You still there? I look. He hung up. I look at the phone for a second, finding new driver.
Oh, no.
And he closed it off like a bitch.
Fuck that guy.
See, when you said, what did he say? Where you at?
Where you at? Yeah.
Taylor's husband, my friend Brian, was telling me about when he was in New York City because he was stationed up in upstate New York. They got an Uber and they like got a Mercedes like SUV, and like the guy gets out and
Which
he
costs extra. That's like the deluxe jet.
Yeah, but it was like between 4 people, and they live on base, so they just have money.
Fat checks.
So the
That
dude
oil
rolls out,
money?
and he's not even wearing a shirt. He's just this big yoked Russian dude with a chain, and he go Uber, and it was the only English he said.
Wow.
And they were like, "Yo, we're getting in this dude's car," and
Bro, that's Bert Kreischer, the machine, bro.
yeah, but the machine was like fat. This dude, he showed me a picture because he took a picture with him, like him flexing, and this dude was like he looked like he would kill Rocky in all of the movies, like if you just combine the strength of Rocky in every movie, he'd just punch him once, and he'd be like,
he'd be the meat guy, and he'd be like, why punch meat, and then fucking kill Rocky, and like, you know what I mean, just completely
one punch to
I
the
don't know
forehead.
if you guys
during a
have,
montage.
I don't know if you guys have ever seen in the Street Fighter games, there's this guy named Zangief. He's a Russian wrestler, and he's like cartoonishly buff.
Yeah, that was this guy.
And he's like 7 feet tall when all the other fighters are like 5 or 6 feet. You know what I mean? That's just who I imagine. Just crammed into a car.
That's basically it. That's
His
basically
back muscles are like touching the roof of the car.
Jesus Christ.
It's like those ones you've shared them, the memes where it's like, no, King, listen to this. It's a guy keeps getting more and more buff.
A Chad,
Yeah.
the Chad man.
No, King, you should have self-worth. Anyways, so my week, plain simple, I booked a big client. Told you guys about that, so it's gonna be fun. I actually might have booked a consistent client, like another one that's just gonna be routinely giving me work, which is really nice. Becoming financially independent.
Fat stacks.
Do it.
Did some stuff over the week. Got some help. Cried a little bit. Maybe I kicked a dog. I didn't kick a dog.
It's been a full week though. If you cry, like
yeah. I've played a little bit of Xbox. I'm trying to, but like between working on the tennis podcast, working on this video client stuff, working on our stuff, I haven't had much time. I started playing UFC 3 again though, and I have probably like 400 hours in that game.
Ooh, that's crazy. That's a lot of time.
I played a ton, dude. I made a character. I was like, I'm gonna be champion again. I did it on the hardest, second hardest difficulty because I still had the HUD and everything. I started at middleweight. Just completely. The only person I lost to was Rashad Evans, but it's only because they gave me 2 weeks notice.
Sugar Rashad.
Sugar Rashad. He just kept shooting takedowns, and my grapple was like 75 overall. So like my takedown defense was like I would just go and then Rashad would be like, bitch, get your ass on the ground.
I hate games like that. So we're like, instead of making like the AI smarter, they just make artificial difficulty. Like, let's just make it have like stats that a player probably just isn't going to be able to fucking have.
Well, yeah, at that point, no, my guy now has it. So I get middleweight. I beat the absolute dog shit out of Yoel Romero for the title.
Oh, not the Cuban.
Yeah, and like because so I gave my guy. So you train with your fighters. Like you can train at your gym because you have to pick a gym each time. You can do like your mom's basement for free, or you can get like a $400,000 a week gym. I learned a move. It was a front, like just a front kick, but it was to the face. The great thing is though, is like if you do it from farther away, it becomes like a body kick. But Yoel kept shooting for takedowns, so I would just timer it and just kick him square in the fucking chin. Oh, so he would shoot, but then he would just, and like his break his neck.
Oh my god!
But there was this guy, I forgot his name, but he's this Russian asshole, and he just like my guy's like a 92 overall. His striking is like 95. His grappling's like an 82. His health is like it's an 85, and his stamina is 91. So my guy's good. Like I fucked up John Jones like he was fucking Daniel Cormier, and I was John Jones.
No shit. Wow.
But this dude, he comes in and he just punches me once. My dude's like, "Fuck," and just rocked like on the rib. So
John Lennon.
So I lost to him. I lost my title because they moved me up to light heavyweight to fight DC. I beat up that crybaby like he always does. Lost my title. I'm like, all right, I'm beating everybody else in lightweight or light heavyweight. I'm like, I am number one. I become number one again. It took like 2 fights. I'm fighting this dude for the championship, and I go, oh, this dude's a counter striker.
So yeah, no, he was ready for your shit, bro.
Well, in the first fight he was. So I just countered his counters.
Wow.
So I would just wait, and I'd be like, all right, bitch, you gonna swing? And my dude has a tasty front jab. Like fucking bah! And I always follow it with a right straight. Like I have a haymaker, and that like all the fights that I've won have not gone to decision ever.
You just pick them apart, bro.
Yeah, like I literally like modeled my guy after Robert Whittaker, who's like arguably one of the best boxers in UFC. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna be this dude. I'm a fucking just literally just pick all right. This is a clinic.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give him that 18 piece.
Playing super smart, not aggressive, letting the fight come to you.
With this guy, I was normally no. I just come straight for him and just But
you have to when it's a counter striker.
Yeah. So round one, and I think the AI because like the fighters will change between rounds, and like sometimes your coach will be like, "Hey man, you heard him? He's gonna come fucking swinging," and sure enough, they come swinging.
A rat in the corner.
So the normal rat.
You are a rat.
So after the first round, I'm sitting there, I'm like, all right, and my coach gives you like a little like bar at the bottom, and it's like, hey man, your strategy's working, stick to it, don't get too aggressive, or bro, you got fucking knocked out, dude. Just chill out, stick to the plan, don't take too much damage, or else you're gonna end up like over here and have a stroke at 25. So this dude, like, he got mad. Like, I could tell that the AI was getting mad because he started getting aggressive. I was like, all right, bet. Beep. Back up. Beep. Back up. Hit him again. And I was never a counter striker in UFC. I was always like, all right, let me just start swinging.
And things will fucking happen. It's a video game.
Yeah.
You're gonna fucking knock somebody's head off.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, and normally it worked like that. There were times where I'd be like, all right, I'm swinging, and then John Jones would be like, "Bitch, shit your ass down," and like kick me in the face. I'm like, okay, all right, I got
Understood.
humbled. Thank you, sir. So yeah, I don't know. I have so much time in that game, but I suck in online, and the only reason why I suck in online is because people cheese.
That shit pisses me off so bad, Austin.
You've seen me play it because we made a character with a very respectable name. I'm not gonna say it on here.
Yes.
And we played online, but like you would see they spam leg kicks because you can legit win a fight by breaking somebody's leg.
Got it.
Or they'll spam body.
So I loved it. You transition into talking about UFC by saying, "Oh man, I have no time at all," and then you just go on this freaking like you just dive in, and then I have UFC, and then you just like.
Well, I have 400 hours in.
It's your fun time
from the Xbox One, like from when the game first came out a few years ago to now. It's like cumulative.
I think what you just did is you did a perfect job of highlighting how important it is to treat yourself.
Yeah, treat yourself, and while everybody in the house is screaming at each other, just go, "Damn, bro, I got John Jones in the third, bro. I got him in the third."
Everybody's like mad at themselves in the house, and you just like over there, just like, I'm gonna fuck this dude up.
See, and then speaking of UFC, was it this week? Last weekend, Cody fucking Garbrandt just.
I didn't watch it, but you sent me a snap,
bro.
I didn't. I literally don't know what happened.
So he's a striker. Like he's known. He lost 3 times in a row. Like a few years ago, all to knockout. Like 3 in a row, just get rocked. He's a dude who will sit in the pocket and just swing with you. This fight, he wasn't doing that, and he would just.
He was eating them, bro.
He was eating them, and he would shoot for a takedown, and the dude would get right back up. And you could tell like Cody was just not listening to his coach. Like even the announcers were like, it's in one ear, out the other. Like I think it was Michael Bisping, not Ben. Michael Bisping. He's like, oh, you can see he's talking to his coach. It's in one ear, out the other. I got a wooden eye.
That's a good Bisping, bro.
It's not a good Bisping.
I thought it was because I thought you were gonna fucking suck at it. That was decent.
I did like a Gordon Ramsay, Jason Statham combo. I didn't.
That's how they all sound.
But yeah, so
hey, they're white, so you can say that,
right?
So that's basically how my week went. Tomorrow my sister graduates from high school. I got a 3-day weekend this weekend.
Dope.
Technically, it's like a 3.5 because I'm off at noon tomorrow.
Ooh,
so I can go to the graduation stuff. But and then hopefully this this new client sends me the file. It's going to be a lot of files, so I have it in my account. That's another point. So I was telling George earlier that I've been really big on this like minimalism, like cleanup shit. Like I'm like, I think it's because like my mental health is like, hey, you got too much shit going on, bro. You need to figure something out. I'm like, okay. We're watching like on lunch. I'm watching these videos. On my 15-minute breaks, I'm watching these videos. After work, I'm watching these videos. I've been doing all this, but I've been organizing my life a little better. So I'm going to show you guys. You guys won't be able to see. This is my calendar now. On Apple, I have stuff plugged in.
Good.
I have like
very helpful.
Like today, I had we have the episode recording, and then I also had I need to finish fantastic podcast.
If you don't, bro, life becomes it becomes a blur of what haven't I done. But if you see it on a list, you're kind of like, I can do this.
And then I can't show you because that right there, that camera is my phone, so I can't show you. But on my phone, I have widgets set up, like how you can do widgets now. So I have my mood tracking app, which my therapist, shout out to my therapist. I know she's not listening, but shout out to her. Told me to start tracking my mood, just so we can keep. This is how I felt. Okay, what did you do to feel that way? I don't know. I let Christian smack me once, and I was like, hey,
and they got me there. That made the boy go up when the slap,
little slappy make a daddy happy.
Yeah,
little slappy make a daddy happy.
So I have that. Then I have my clock, and the only reason why I have the clock widget is because I use it for my alarm to wake up in the morning, and then the rest of the screen is my calendar. And like Vanessa's like, ew, widgets. And I'm like, I don't know. I like it. I can open it. I can go, okay, I can track my mood. Man, I hate myself. Okay, cool. onto the clock. Okay, set my alarm for tomorrow. Okay, now I'm onto my calendar, and it'll show me like a grid, like top down. So it'll be like today's agenda, or like right now it'll say no more left for today, because the timeline's passed. So it'll say tomorrow, Autumn's graduation. Saturday, begin organizing for Howie, and then Sunday, final project due.
Right.
Stuff like that. So I don't know. It's kind of helping me keep a little bit better track of my life and be like, okay, everything's
That's
not
good.
falling apart.
That's good.
So that's what I've been doing. So
Nice.
looking forward to just spending like time with the little one over the weekend.
Enjoy it, dude.
Yeah, we finally set up his pool. My mom bought him a pool. She forgot. And we finally set it up the other day. The only thing is like it's taking forever for the water to warm up. So he's like sitting in there with like blue.
It's hot as fuck outside. Just tell him to stand outside for 5 minutes. He'll be fine.
Well, he's standing in the sun. Like the sun is on him, and he's in the pool, and he's just
It's good. Good for the nervous system.
like hypothermia. Who did that ever hurt? But yeah, that was my week. So George, go ahead and round us out for our weeks.
Ah, yes. Okay. So school's out for summer, baby. We have finally made it. For summer. And it's first time I ever got to like check out of school, which is it's a cool feeling because I mean last year we kind of just all left and then I just never came back to school.
And then you did summer school.
Yeah, but I mean it was all online. So like I never have actually gotten to officially check out of school. So today going through turning in my keys, getting all my papers signed, saying bye to everybody, and kind of like putting a bow on like I really don't have to come back to you till August 3rd. Fucking peace out, Girl Scout. Like legitimately, I'm out of here. So stoked for that. Got a lot of good things going on. I'm official. I'm on the sticky paws. I don't even consider myself an intern
anymore. Wanted
to
talk about that. They got a new intern. I almost interned, but I'm a hot commodity, as Travis said.
Yes.
Hopefully that changes here soon. We might work something out. But yeah, I wanted to bring that up. George is not the intern anymore. He's no longer the Lonnie. He's the George.
Yeah, it just goes to show, man. You gotta there's certain times where you gotta put yourself to the side and really grind, and there's points in time in which you have to treat yourself, right? But I really for the past month have put my fucking nose to the grindstone and been doing my thing and prove myself enough to at least get the people there to not only recognize like how well I'm doing, but also like get opportunities set up for when I come back from vacation. I won't be here next week, guys. Sorry. There will still be an episode, but I won't be here.
No, you're not.
I will be in Jamaica.
Jamaica?
Going to Jamaica?
Going to Jamaica.
What inspired you to go to Jamaica, George?
It's my parents' gift to my brother for graduation.
Oh, so you're all going?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
This sounds like an NCIS episode waiting to happen.
I don't know what you mean by that, but if you are implying that we're gonna have a kick-ass time, then yes.
Yeah, you're gonna have a kick-ass time with some CIA agents who have to come save you.
Oh my God, Austin, you sound like Cameron's grandparents right now.
Oh, is that what they're saying?
Oh, yeah. Every time I'm like, oh yeah, me and Cameron we're planning on going. Like we're gonna go to Africa one time, Egypt. They're always like,
you guys are gonna get robbed.
The pickpocketers. Do you know that there's crime over there? They shoot people. It's scary.
So are they like
old people
and
love Fox News?
You know what
and
I
hate
literally,
other countries?
bro? You know what I literally tell them? What I have been telling them. I'm like, yeah. Have you been to Las Vegas Strip? Yeah, everything that you've just stated has happened on the Strip. So, and we live 15 minutes away from it. So, yeah, that's been a good rebuttal. They kind of shut the fuck up after that, so that's always good. I hope Cameron's listening right now. She's probably cracking up.
I was over like she's like, what the fuck?
But other than all that shit going on, I have had a little bit of time to watch some movies that I've been meaning to watch. One of them was Parasite.
Oh, I still need to watch that one.
So Parasite was a movie in which you have to read it.
Which is fine. I know how to read.
I love it because it's really well paced out, even if you're not a good reader. And I think the thing that's shitty about sometimes like those movies is like people are so afraid to keep up with a movie. And at the end of the day, trust me, you don't even have to follow it all the time. The nonverbals, the actors in it, they do an amazing job of like really playing off the words. That makes sense. Like you can turn your brain off at times. You don't have to be like you're reading a fucking book for 2 hours because it's a 2-hour movie.
You literally just said like what the director said when he won the Oscar for best film.
Really? Did he say that?
He said if you open your mind to more than just a subtitle, you will be exposed to a world of art and cinema. It was like something like that. He's like, don't limit yourself to subtitles for good movies because they're
I
out there.
completely agree, bro. And I mean,
Subs over dubs. Baby.
Talk about this would have been a 4.5 pineapple movie for me. And I was just blown away. I was blown away at the storyline. I was blown away at like the fact that I couldn't take my eyes off it. You know, there's very few movies that I feel like I've watched lately that I'm like, oh, like, you know, I can fully tune my brain off at this moment and I'll be fine. This movie, I had no urge to do that, bro. I was locked in, you know, like I didn't talk to Cameron. You know, you're reading, you're watching mannerisms. It was amazing. Parasite, much watch. And I was always confused at how this was labeled a comedy movie. This movie was fucking hilarious. It is so funny, but at the same time, so serious. They do a wonderful job at it, and that's why it won so many awards. Highly recommend for you two boys this weekend. Second movie I watched. Oh my God. This fucking stinker of a movie. Stinky. Army of the Dead on Netflix. Just came out. You got Dave Bautista as like the main character, right? Main badass. If you've ever watched the Rick and Morty episode where they're talking about heist movies, it's like they took everything that Rick and Morty made fun of and they're like, all right, well, what if we were actually serious about this? And so they just played it out, right? They're going out, they're getting all these cool heist characters because the whole big thing is like they're trying to rob a bank in Vegas. I'm sorry I'm spoiling this movie for you, but you're
like during the zombie apocalypse?
Yeah, while zombies are in the Las Vegas Strip.
The zombie heist movie, George?
It's a zombie heist movie that is a complete hour and a half too long. It's a 2.5 hour movie. This movie should have been an hour. All right?
Okay.
Just get to the heist, bro. I hate when heist movies go through this whole rigmarole of picking people.
Now, real quick, before you go any further, because you said it was, what, 2 hours?
2.5.
Christian was a little blown away by this. You know who directed it was Zack Snyder, who has done the most recent Justice League film. What was that, like 15 hours or something?
I didn't see it. So I don't know what you're referring
the
to.
Snyder cut of
I'm not a fan of this director, and I probably won't watch Justice League after watching this.
This dude is a really good director. That's why it's like, man, because like I think his first movie ever was the Dawn of the Dead remake. Super good.
Good zombie
movie.
Really
good zombie movie. And then he did Watchmen. He did 300. I think that was also Zack Snyder was 300.
Oh, really? That was a good movie.
All right, I'm just going to hit you with this, okay? It was a 1 pineapple movie, and I turned to Cameron after the movie, and I was like, Cameron, I'm a nice guy, all right? And I typically would never, ever, right, unless it's like a fucking handheld iPhone movie, say, hey, that's a 1 pineapple movie. This movie's a 1 pineapple movie. Dave Bautista, let me tell you one thing, bud, okay? I don't know if you think that you not taking roles for taking your shirt off is going to help your career. You're sadly fucking mistaken, bro, because you cannot act.
Is there a TV series of this?
There's not a TV series.
IMDb is saying there is.
Who gives a shit? I don't care. Don't watch it.
Well, it's a really generic name.
No. Okay. You know why? Because they're doing like a virtual reality experience. Oh, yeah. They're milking it for every little ounce. And I don't know. Let me tell you something. You put a different actor other than Batista, and this movie may be a 2 pineapple movie, but he fucking sucks. And I don't know what it is. I think he's just too slow paced. I think he's under emotional. I think he looks like just a big rock, bro. And people they try to play him as
Drax,
this big teddy bear. They try to play him as this like big lovable teddy bear guy, and I just don't fucking buy it. You know what I mean? It's like, if you're going to be a badass, then be a badass all the time. But you can't be this fucking in-between character, especially if you're fucking not unenthusiastic. Like I said, under-emotional.
Silent or stoic. Or
stoic as fuck.
You don't give them
I'm
any
Batista. I'm like The Rock, except from Wish.com.
I know it's a hot take, and I loved him as a wrestler, and it sucks, but like, I just was not a fan. So, Army of the Dead, I don't know how you're the #1 watched movie on Netflix right now.
Because of this guy.
I don't know how.
Because any good, like, Justice League is said to be a good movie. Zack Snyder's Justice League, the Snyder Cut, said to be good. Batman versus Superman: Dawn of Justice, good movie. Sucker Punch, Man of Steel.
You haven't listed a single zombie movie.
Dawn of the Dead was his debut, which is
Okay.
if you want to watch a good gory, like kind of suspenseful, kind of scary. It's actually pretty scary.
Okay.
Which I will say, that was a good one, the Dawn of the Dead remake.
Yeah, that was really good.
I think what occasionally happens with some of these Netflix originals is Netflix spares no expense, and these film directors always are like, I have to make my 2.5 hour film.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
But that's what he does anyways. So it's not a new thing because Netflix is. This is just Zack
If
Snyder.
that's his fucking thing, I just don't like. I don't know.
Have you seen
For
300?
me, no.
What?
No.
You haven't seen 300?
I know I'm being very hypercritical of the guy, but I think you guys should watch it. I don't think it's getting great reviews.
Oh, I'm not saying it's a good. I haven't seen it. I've also.
He's saying that people were maybe baited into watching it because Zack Snyder usually makes good
you're
movies.
right.
Yeah,
you're right.
he has a good track record.
Yeah.
For the most part.
And you're proving that to me, and that's why I feel like a douche. for,
No,
like,
no,
what
no,
I
no. Because
did,
like
but-
he could totally just have a fucking stinker of a film.
No, it's Batista's fault.
I want to say my blurb about
yeah.
How do you not choose? How do you not go in the next Guardians movie, but you get on this fucking?
Hopefully he's like, damn, maybe I should go back to fucking Guardians. I'll show my titties.
Oh man, that's really quick before you segue into what you're going to talk about with Batista. You give me a refill by chance.
Yes. What do you want?
Put all the
George?
material. A joke would be awesome.
A joke. I'm already here.
Here you are.
Oh,
And I'm not changing the subject yet.
we got the good stuff though.
All right. Well, I mean, my week is practically over. I just wanted to shit on that movie. I gave my Batista
Well,
rant.
I want to say my blurb about how like zombie movies. So when I was like a kid, zombie movies were cool because I liked horror movies, but then there was this zombie media. Like as kids, we were watching hella zombie media.
Yeah.
We were right here playing Black Ops Zombies. We were watching the fucking Walking Dead. I saw the Dawn of the Dead.
It was like primetime zombie.
Exactly. So I became a fan. Zombieland, fucking banger. I heard the second one wasn't that good, but I haven't seen it. We're not going to go down that road, okay?
Oh no.
but however, my point is, I had a big time of liking zombie movies, but now I realize how few of them I would actually watch again and like.
Huh.
I'll try to say all the ones that I saw that I liked. Just to prove my
Dawn of the
point.
Dead, and that's it.
Night of the Living Dead is good.
Like any of the classics are just good at a premise.
The original Dawn of the Dead and the remake are fucking smacking movies. Day of the Dead is good, which that's like the last like good Romero one. They were pretty much all poop after that.
Day of the Dead, is that no, Land of the Dead. That one was weird.
Land of the Dead was still good. Like, okay, you have the first three Romero movies, fucking bangers. Land of the Dead was in the middle, but still retained some of the magic. Then after that, all poop. As in terms of Romero zombie movie. And I like Zombieland's good, and I like 28 Days Later. I didn't watch a second
Now
one.
be careful. That's technically not if you get those people that are like
Infected or whatever.
if you get those people that are like Martin Scorsese.
Whatever. Dude.
Yeah,
It's a zombie archetype.
28 Days Later is still my top movie, almost top movie of all time. Still.
Point is, off the top of my head, like those are the only ones I'd tell you to watch. And you realize how generic the zombie genre is, and who wants another generic zombie movie today?
Yeah. Now, I have a question for you.
Not me.
As the zombie aficionado, it sounds like. Is it weird that I rank 28 Days Later as one of my top movies, but I don't rank it like my favorite zombie movie?
What is your favorite zombie movie?
Dawn of the Dead, the remake. I think it's just because I've watched it so
Hey.
much. But it's
It was
like
pretty good.
it's raw. It's not like gory for this. It's like gory in the sense of like realism. Like that's probably what that shit would really like if that happened.
Yeah, it felt so grim and violent. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, it was great because everybody spoilers, but that movie came out in 2004, so if you haven't seen it, that's your fault.
Yeah.
Almost like everybody dies, and it's very like heartbreaking. Almost, it's like because it's not like a stoic. Like the last guy who dies has like a stoic-ish death, but like he's like the love interest, and then he's like, "Oh, I've been bitten," and she's like, "I can save you." He goes, "No, you can't," and he just blows himself away on the dock. Before I get too crazy over here,
Cobain. What?
Oh man, I got into some trouble with some boomers about Kurt Cobain.
What'd you say, Austin?
So our good friend Rick Beato posted something. He was like, "I just listened to the top 10 pop. What the fuck?"
Belly aching about
Yeah,
the
new
kids
music.
listen to.
And he was like, "Yeah." And then I was like, "Oh God, here come the boomers again, saying, 'Oh, Kurt Cobain was a masterpiece.'" Everybody listen right now. The only good thing about Nirvana is that we got the Foo Fighters out of it. I'm standing by that. I will die on that hill. Nothing good about Nirvana at all. I'm gonna say it now.
Nirvana is one of those bands that they're
They're a
overrated.
fashion company.
One, they're a fashion company, but B, they're overrated and underrated. Like, oh, I heard "Smells Like Teen Spirit." Oh, Kurt Cobain he wrote "Smells Like Teen Spirit" and he offed himself. Best
No,
band
he was
ever.
murdered by Courtney Love.
Okay, all right. Well, now we get hold on.
Yeah. Chris is like, you started
Look,
this.
Look, they were feuding, and he took her out of the will. Then he disappeared, killed himself, put together pieces. Either she fucking blew his shit off or paid somebody to do it.
I don't think you could physically do that with a long barrel double, a long double barrel. Like you have to get your toe.
What it wasn't. He didn't have a double barrel. They released pictures of the shotgun.
I thought it was a double because I've seen the crime scene photos.
They
Like spaghetti.
only like a year or two ago did they release pictures of the shotgun. It's a really
have to
weird
look this
looking
up.
shotgun.
Oh yeah. Oh, there's a whole website. You can see like Tupac. You can see a whole bunch of them.
And there's a
Selena.
whole sub conspiracy about like when they released pictures of the shotgun, people were like, if he held the shotgun this way, the way the shell would have ejected would mean it would have to be here, not here. Meaning somebody shot him and put the gun in his hand, which like people explained it much more thoroughly than that. But I'm like, considering I already think there's a conspiracy behind Kurt Cobain, probably.
All right, we're trying to find this photo real quick.
How much for the
CB
gun?
CBS. Yeah,
I'm
how
on
much
that
for the
CBS
gun?
one, bro? Rolling all the way down, just like shelling.
Cobain shotgun. Oh, it's it's right here.
That's a weird
I
looking
saw
shotgun.
the
Yeah?
shotgun.
That's a real shotgun.
Oh, I'm not saying it's fake. I'm just saying it looks very like I've never seen a shotgun that looks like.
It's almost like a lever action rifle.
Yeah, and it has
load
like
'em in
a
side.
and it has like that kind of square-ish looking back to it.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's kind of the design. Is that a
Wow.
Man,
okay,
we've
I see.
went off the
I'm
fucking
off.
path with
yeah,
this
no,
one.
I'm fucking drinking. I didn't want to see this. I don't know why I looked it up.
Oh, did you see the actual photo? The spaghetti.
It doesn't.
Oh my
I don't
God,
give a
the
fuck. Yeah.
spaghetti.
Okay.
I
So
don't think
anyways,
Kurt
I
had
got
any
into trouble with some
talent.
boomers on Rick Beato's Facebook post about how pop music today sucks, and I said, "Okay, boomer, we get it. Everything has to sound like Greta Van Fleet." I mean, excuse me, I want to make a TikTok with like you, and I can be like, I can play like a Led Zeppelin riff and be like, "Bro, does this sound like Greta Van Fleet?" And just get all the people fucking. Yeah, Greta Van Fleet is trash. Led Zeppelin's the best.
That's a good troll. That reminds me of why are all these old rock bands covering the songs from Glee?
No.
Which, like, dude, there's so many things that like the
There-
elitist boomers latch right fucking on.
And there's one that I fell for. Some of it was true, like some of it was real. But on Twitter, like after Post Malone did that song with Ozzy Osbourne, people were like, "Yo, this Ozzy dude about to blow up." And like some of them were legit. Some of them were like, "Oh, you really just don't know who that is."
They did that joke when Paul McCartney collabed with Kanye West. Like, I don't know who
Paul.
this McCartney guy is, but he's about to blow up.
Oh my god.
Kanye put him on a map.
Yeah, good troll, guys.
Good troll. So as you were saying though, you were talking about Kurt Cobain,
Nirvana,
zombie movies.
well, Nirvana's overrated, but they're also underrated. That's all I could say.
So I have something. I had to like touch on, especially when I saw it, I was like blown away. This has to do with something that Seth Rogen said on Good Morning Britain. Good morning, Brit.
I think I know what you're gonna talk about. I forgot what the details were, but
So what he was pretty much alluding to is that comedians in movies have to own up to when their jokes aren't appropriate anymore. So this is his exact quote, because they fucking, I hate when websites do this, right? They're going to give you their fucking 3-paragraph synopsis on what he says, and then they give you the actual quote for us to
They wanna
interpret.
spin
it's
it.
like when you look up a recipe and they go, "My Mima used to make these on the porch in the
Literally.
countryside."
Okay,
Like, bitch,
bullshit.
just tell me how to make mac and cheese.
So this is from Seth Rogen's actual mouth. He said there are certain jokes that for sure have not aged well, but I think that's the nature of comedy. I think conceptually those movies are sound, and I think they're a reason that they've lasted as far as people still watching them and enjoy them today. Jokes are not things that necessarily are built to last. To me, when I see comedians complaining about this kind of thing, I don't understand what they're complaining about. If you've made a joke that's aged terribly, accept it. And if you don't think it's aged terribly, then say that.
See, now who's to say if it aged well or not? Because I see people on TikTok posting about there's a little rough, but Christian will enjoy it. It was like a Family Guy episode. He was like, "Oh man, that's almost as bad as my Palestinian alarm clock." He goes, "Allahu Akbar," and it blows up, and everyone's like, "This," or no, it was Pakistani. It was my Pakistani. Everyone was like, or a bunch of people were like, "This aged poorly," and there was like 50 comments. No, it didn't. So it's kind of almost like it's like a state of mind. Like, did it age poorly to you?
Right.
It's like the popular socially, everything's like, I guess you could say left now, although that's like not very nuanced. But we're like we were talking about it in the car, George. Everything's PC now. You can't say this and that. But like normal people are like, that shit's hilarious. So celebrities, per usual, this sounds shitty, but a lot of celebrities have that vibe where like they want to be liked by everybody so much that they'll just say the thing that gives them points. You know what I mean?
So
Sounds
do you
like
feel
somebody
he gets
who
points
used
for
to be
this?
on Camp Rock.
Because like I don't. To me personally, I think his last sentence says it all, and this is why I hated it. After I read that quote, I was like, "This is fucking bullshit. Why are we even writing a story on this?" Because he literally says, "If you've made a joke that's aged terribly, accept it, and if you don't think it's aged terribly, then say that." Well, then what the fuck? Like, you can always just say, "Oh, I don't think it's aged terribly." Boom, move on. Who cares?
Well, because now we're in the like Christian say, we're in the society where it's like, oh, I got to make sure I look good for the public, or else it's going to be a witch hunt on me too.
Yeah, but I feel
Me
like
too.
people made a story of this when it really is just him saying, "Yeah, if
It's
you
him
think
just
it's bad,
voicing an opinion.
if you think it's bad, then say it's bad. If you don't think it's bad, then say you don't think it's bad."
So how we did normally, anyways.
So, like, you mean just answering when people ask you a fucking question? Those are the two answers, you know? Like, he literally, it's a very political answer, and
For no reason either. It's not like
right.
he's running for office or anything.
Right, and I personally don't know what they're talking about at hand here, nor do I care. But like, it's I don't think comedians ever have to say anything about the things they wrote. Okay, you interpret with what you want with the context, because he says a lot of things are conceptually sound at the time. Well, yeah, then do your research, go back to that time, right? What are our kids going to think when they're watching South Park? Or what are our kids going to think like when they watch shit that's satirical?
Family Guy.
Or
Anything, I guess, any comedy thing. In the
are
last
they
10 years.
gonna murder us because they're like, man, you guys don't understand. This makes people feel bad. I'm gonna be like, yeah, but you know what? I was jerking off to Lois Griffin and laughing at fucking Stewie's jokes in the same fucking bed in the same night, motherfucker.
I like that.
Multitasking. You heard of it?
Look, I have two main trains of thought about this, or two lines of logic that are important. One is that I brought up trains. Hold on, what was I thinking of, Austin?
I don't know. The camera's looking at me, so I don't know. He's fixing Lonnie's fixing George at the moment.
Don't worry. There's just a propane explosion. Don't worry about what's going on, guys. It's off screen.
The Pepcon blast.
Okay, I do remember.
You go back to Christian. He's just burnt now.
There's like a cartoonish blast, and my hair is sticking out one way. But the first thing is that me realizing that like journalists are like fucking like kind of hawks, and like recently you see certain people politically like shitting on like journalism because they want you to click on their little fucking thing.
Journalism is dead now. It's all clickbait. It's literally like Ace Family on YouTube, but telling you the news.
Like that's Seth Rogen saying that one thing isn't news. That's not fucking news. But but if it gets them money, it is. If they put their little 8-paragraph spin on his statement, it's fucking news.
100%. 100%. That was my little rant on movie news, because like I think we love comedy films,
Yeah.
and I don't think I think you're gonna raise Rowan to, I think, accept comedy in all forms.
Dude, that kid is funny. Like in the like rudest way. Like I'll open the door because like they're in the bedroom hanging out while I'm working. I'll come up like, hey, and he'll just walk up and close the door on me. Like,
Hilarious.
like
Goodbye.
he likes to sing. Like he likes to kind of mumble. Like we'll listen to Disney. Like we'll go to Starbucks on my lunch break or something. Pick up a drink for us, and then we usually get him a tall water. He just likes having his own.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we'll do that, and we'll play Disney tunes. And one time I looked around because he reaches for me because he's still working on speaking, so he'll reach for you, and like to get your attention. And I can see in the rear view, like while I'm driving, he's reaching for me. Daddy can't turn around right now. He goes, I don't give a fuck. You won't turn around. Like that's what he's literally saying.
That was his first sentence.
Making demands.
So, like one time I turned around because he was singing. I go, oh, you sing too? He goes, no, and he puts his hand up, and I was like, all right, then, damn.
Not right now,
But
Daddy.
yeah, I mean, I'm gonna try to instill in him what like my dad did with me. Like, okay, you can watch South Park, but if I hear you saying that, I'm gonna smack the shit out you.
Boom. Yeah, simple as
Now
that.
I quote South Park on the daily, but I'm also like an adult. So it's a little different, but I mean, yeah, like I want my son to have like compassion for people and not be an asshole, but I also don't want him to be like, this made me feel bad. I don't like it, so I'm going to do everything in my power to get rid of it. It's like,
Yeah.
The words, your hurtful words, they're breaking my bones.
and in the wise words of Christian's favorite artist, that is my truth.
That's just my truth. Your words break my bones. All right, we could be nice to different people without being pussies.
So
okay?
anything else with the news?
No, I mean, that was my movie news.
Because I think Christian had something he wanted to bring up
Well-
about the previous point.
Well, fucking Army of the Dead, right? So I just saw this because we were looking up some news. People were noticing watching the movie on Netflix. It's on Netflix, yeah, or is it Hulu? I haven't.
Okay,
watched
it's
it.
online.
It's on the interwebs. It's on the Ethernet. It's on the Cricket Wireless.
It's on the Wi-Fi.
But remember when we used to have Cricket used to do Wi-Fi through you put a little USB stick in the computer.
Oh, like broadband kind of thing.
It was like it's Wi-Fi, but it's
It
you
was
know,
just, so yeah, I did that with my grandmother when we drove to New York.
and we could only
I played like flash games on her laptop in the car, like in Wyoming, and I was like, "This is fucking badass, dog." As you're saying,
the thing is they could only plug it even though it was a USB. They only worked on computers because they had to like run the software. So like I couldn't play like PS3 games online with it. It's just like you want online, you go on the computer, play some Club fucking Penguin, okay? Which that game was lit. Nothing wrong with that. But people were watching Army of the Dead on Netflix, right? And people were noticing dead pixels. And you know, they just think, "Oh, it's my TV." No. They fucked up and there's a bunch of dead pixels embedded into the movie.
like the camera's bad, maybe.
Yeah. Like whatever happened, there's a bunch of dead pixels embedded into the
They
movie.
said that so what after reading this, because I saw right after I watched the movie, I looked it up because I was like, oh, people got to be shitting on this, and that was the only news story I saw. Dead pixel. But it turns out it's more common than people think.
You just have
Like,
to know what you're looking for.
You just yeah. They're like the only people that really like were able to see it were like cinematography, like fucking buffs. Like whoa, go back 2 frames. Look at that right there. You know,
So would you say it's like over scrutinizing?
over scrutinized to a certain point, right? They probably put a lot of fucking money into this, and it's Zack Snyder.
so
and
kind of like
it's
you
why?
talking about Zack Snyder's directing.
Like, why is there dead pixels? But they were alluding to it being like the wrong camera lenses for certain shots.
They put an iPhone lens on the red camera.
I don't know how that shit works. I'm not like that well versed in that field yet, but it is pretty interesting. I'm glad you brought that up because it just further goes to show that it's a one pineapple piece of shit.
I just thought it was funny. It's like
I don't
all
want to
the
be as rude as
problems.
you, but yeah, it was pretty. Oh my god, Austin, do you have any movie news, or should we just dive into
I think we need to
the
get.
Rambo?
I think we need to get into it because we're an hour in now.
Let's go, Rambo. Let's do this.
So, as you have seen in the title of this episode, we watched Rambo First Blood Part 2. Not the first Rambo. We just jumped. But Christian did explain it, and it totally lived up to it. It's a standalone adventure. There's a little bit of preconceived knowledge, but you could like add like Mad Libs it.
Yeah, they fucking try to piece it together in the first 10 minutes. You kind of get it.
It's like, I'm PTSD veteran. Rah, give me M60.
Dude, that's it, man. That's the fucking whole story, Oscar.
And Rambo 2.
And Rambo 2. Going back to what we said with last week with action movie, this is one of those movies where you can literally just shut your brain off and be like, okay, explosions, hot. That's what I was gonna do. Hot, not Vietnamese babes.
Oh, right.
In Vietnam, and then got Sylvester Stallone.
Hey, Sloy. Go Sloy. Yeah, we should just do a compilation of Rambo notes. Okay, I did want to bring this up. I feel like I could, with the cameras that we have here in the studio right now, and I would say you give me maybe $30,000, I can recreate this movie pretty much shot for shot. No shit.
In your backyard.
Like minus the explosions, but we'll do something else for
But
those.
we have After Effects now.
You're
Some
right.
shitty
You're right.
VFX.
We'll do After Effects. No, yeah. Easily 30 grand. I can recreate it, even with a fucking fake old.
And the 30 grand is just for cocaine, so George can just keep going.
And I'll
so
film
he
it
can
in a
become
weekend.
Rambo.
He'll film it he'll start Friday night. It'll be done Saturday morning.
Hey, I just do my best. You give me 30,000 of Colombia's finest coke, I'll be wired.
They like don't understand. You get a shipment of like the soda. You're like,
Yeah.
Good enough. Let's go.
Fuck it up. But anyways, yeah. After rewatching that, I'm like, damn. There really isn't a lot behind like filming these movies. But at the same time, they did such a good job at giving you different shots and angles, and like making the movie really fucking action packed. For not having like maybe the best cinematography quality back then. Even like there was a moment in Chris like where they're doing like the dogfight in the helicopters, and you're like, whoa, like that's pretty fucking sick. This is a badass movie. So do you guys feel like it lived up to rewatching it?
I haven't seen it in like years. I was entertained, but I think Lukewarm entertained is like different from like watching it on your own, because we were clowning the shit out of this movie the entire time.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Absolute. We what did we come up with? It was like the fuckboy action man. We're gonna make our own action movie.
Yes.
And it's gonna be like it's gonna be super racist and super stereotypical just to fit in with the other movies. Like it'll be like some dude chiseled like Sylvester Stallone, and like we'll have somebody like just speaking, for example, like George's fiance, like somebody who speaks perfect English, like, oh, do you need help? We go, I don't speak Italian.
And for those who don't understand, there's this so Rambo, he goes to Vietnam, he's trying to rescue some fucking POWs, meets this Vietnamese woman. I believe she was Vietnamese because she lived in the region. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but her name is Julia Nixon.
Oh, in real life? Oh,
Yeah.
that's funny.
I was roasted on that. The other people seem legit.
We immediately noticed, okay, I don't think she's Vietnamese. None of these actors are probably Vietnamese. Which like, we understood, like, they're, we were talking about the Street Fighter movie. They cast a Japanese guy as some Pacific Islander. We said, oh, those guys might be Hispanic.
That's like,
probably now.
I'm looking at the IMDb right now. The guy who played the Russian is from the UK. That's why his
Fucking
accent
point.
fucking sucked. It went from
Wait.
German to Russian.
That makes it not racist because even the whites are improperly casted.
There we go. It's just bad. The
It's
only person who's
all-rounders.
properly casted is Sylvester Stallone, and even that's still bad.
So the first thing I want to rattle off about fucking this series is that, okay, so the first film, I got to talk about the naming scheme of these movies. The first Rambo movie is called Rambo First Blood. It's called that because, he drifts into this town in Seattle and the cops fuck with him and they attack him unprovoked. So like he's able to return fire because the cops drew first blood. That's why it's called First Blood. Second movie, First Blood Part 2,
And it's not the same plot.
which is hilarious. Why the fuck would you call it First Blood Part 2? And then the third movie, fuck it, we just call it Rambo 3.
Rambo 3. But I like how it's Rambo First Blood Part 2, but it's like not a continuation. Like it's not like the aftermath of that scenario. It's kind of the aftermath. It's like him years later.
It is and it isn't.
It's like you still did that, but we gotta send you somewhere else now.
Yeah, plus like the excuse to like, oh, we need an excuse to involve Vietnam again, even though it's 1985.
Seriously.
I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. I'm just pointing it out.
See, and Lonnie was asking because he's like, "Is it even a Vietnam movie? If Fortunate Son's not playing?" I'm like, yeah, but Vietnam's over. Like CCR is already like in a lawsuit with their original singer, and like ain't nobody going to their concerts no more. Like, there ain't no Vietnam movie. It's like,
but those POWs, bro.
oh yeah, one of them was like, I've been here since like 1966. Like, god damn, bro, how are you alive?
Okay, I have to point out we made some pretty ill jokes. Okay,
Of
Terrible.
course.
let's just
This
paint
movie
it.
softballs them. This movie makes it too easy to make fun of.
It's
That's what
it
it's the fun of it.
softballs it at like a 4th grade level to Albert Pujols, like, and he's just fired up on go-go juice.
Yeah, exactly. But imagine this. This movie gives us every fucking opportunity to bag on it. No, we love this movie. That's don't
we
get it
were
twisted.
entertained the entire time.
But we're also fucking degenerate. So, man, that's like gasoline and a fucking lighter, okay? So, there's this one shot where Rambo's sneaking up on this village, and this one Vietnamese guy on patrol, he walks out of like a wooden hut. He's a soldier, and he's like zipping his pants up like maybe he just took a piss. And what do I fucking say? Like, oh, he just got that good sloppy. But then after a good second, I said, "Oh, dude, that was John McCain in there that gave him sloppy."
Yeah,
Oh my god,
I want to
yes.
be president.
Which, damn, there's no reason to bag on John McCain. I just thought it would be fucking ill to say.
It
So
was
that's
well
why.
timed. That was
It
hilarious.
was perfectly. I feel bad for John McCain because Trump, like,
I do.
straight up,
Yeah.
like him and Jeb Bush just got like fucking 3 rounds against Rocky Balboa in his prime.
He was so good back then because he didn't think he was going to win. I think there's
Yeah,
a
he
certain...
was just like, I'm gonna say whatever, and they're like, yeah, we liked it. And he's like, wait, don't, bet
Wait, oh, seriously?
on dog, on God, bro.
Yeah. No. Hey, what if Trump was like, and you know that Rambo 2 movie, great movie, Sylvester Stallone.
It's a documentary, you know. Not many
great
people know it.
movie. Not too many people know that John McCain was sucking a dude off. It was.
I tried to tell you.
It was a mediocre blowjob. We all know it.
I would
It was
say-
average.
It was fake.
It was average.
I still want to see his birth certificate. I think he was born in the Philippines.
You know, people say that's why his hair's white. But I mean, that's
Oh my
Oh
god.
my gosh.
Have you seen my back screen?
too many facials. Okay.
Jesus Lord.
Okay, so we had discussed why, or like what Rambo might have had to have been doing, right, to look that fucking cut, because
oh, yeah.
he looked borderline like he was cutting for like a fucking bodybuilding competition.
Yeah, he was up on that edge of that.
So I was looking it up. They said his days would consist of a 2 to 3 hour workout to start,
Okay.
filming for 10 to 12 hours, and then a 2 to 3 hour workout to end it, and then sleeping for like 5-6 hours. But like he did that just on repeat, and I feel like this is very believable. And I wasn't like, oh, I'm not going to contest this. He probably was training stupid. I don't think the people nowadays.
Stupid.
No, like real
No, yeah.
talk, bro. Like
he didn't have a proper trainer.
yeah. Back
He
then it
just
was like,
brute
hey,
forced it.
Rocco, you're not fucking doing curls this morning? What the fuck's wrong with you? You know what I mean? Like,
Be a
and-
man.
and be a man. Now science tells us that doing
Bench
curls,
your fiat.
doing curls every 20 to 30 minutes at 45% of my body weight is going to lead to better muscles. And I don't know, science. Screw it.
I mean, he looked good.
Yeah, he looked amazing, but it kind of makes sense because he didn't have to like memorize too many lines for this movie. But he may have said 300 words. I looked it up.
Oh.
You try. If you could try again. I couldn't find how many words he said, but definitely within the first hour of the movie, he had said less than 50 words. 100%. Because
Yeah.
all his lines were literally what Chris just said. Yeah.
It's very like
No.
a lot of action
All right.
movies have. I think like if you look at Die Hard or other action movies, you have like the witty like catchphrase type action movies like "Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker" or "Make My Day," you know, like Dirty Harry.
Right.
John Rambo is like I'm a man. I'm stoic. I don't show emotion. I just go in. I do my job and I get out. Like
Yes.
So he says barely anything in the movie.
I'm not seeing how many lines he has, but I am
Yeah.
seeing where it was shot.
because he ended up having more lines at the end of the movie, and that's why we're like fucking around. But like he really doesn't say much, and I think that almost makes it better because like it makes him like this figure, this like
ominous just piece of meat that all he does is kill.
And what I always forgot about these Rambo movies is that it was really just suicide missions that they were throwing this guy on.
Yeah, they were like, he's not gonna come back. I was saying earlier, I was like, he probably because he was in a prison, like a gulag type thing. I was like, he probably eats like the equivalent of like 6 guys. Like, fuck, man, we can't afford to keep feeding this guy. Let's send him on a dangerous mission. Yeah, it's expensive up front, but it'll save us money in the long run. We already know that they're there. They're gonna capture him. They're gonna do the thing. He's gonna die. Nobody's even gonna care. And then he comes back and they're like, Rambo.
He already sounds like he's been through that. Okay, let's be honest.
I do think that a young Sylvester Stallone, like rewatching a movie with him in like his earlier days, he had to have been 27, 30 in those movies.
For sure. Very young.
It makes you truly realize that like these movie icons, these movie superstars, it's the ones that truly are the most sensationalized ones are the ones that have done it for 50, 60 plus years. He has never stopped making movies, and getting to see the roots of which these people start is so amazing. Like he was really fucking on a grind.
You hella softball underhanded his age. He was 39 at that.
No.
Yeah.
No way.
He's 74 now.
What?
I could see it. He looked like a I don't want to say an old man. He looked like a wise man, like somebody who had been through it.
Right.
Look, this is messed up, but I felt like I'm like, oh, he's like Italian or something. In the mob movies, they always got those Italians with those hardened faces. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
to close it up?
No, not to close it up. No. Go on. If you have a finish on this topic, I was just thinking.
No, because I think there's not much to say about Rambo movies. I mean, there's
it's just
there's
fucking
certain
hilarious
scenes that are just like Austin just said, fucking comical. Whether it be Rocky, I keep calling him Rocky. Whether it be Rambo like faking his death.
That's what I was gonna say. Is because I called it, like him and like the love interest, like Sheila, and we totally called it. Like you were like they take out some of the like intricate words to make her sound Asian.
Yes.
So you come to camp now.
And yeah, it's like dumbass thing. Like, that's how really racist the right is.
It was the 80s.
How do Asians sound? I don't know. Just take out filler words. Perfect.
But she was like, it's my lucky charm. And she goes, what's yours? I was like, hey, he's gonna pull up the M60. And he pulls out this fucking knife that's like it's like the size of this mic stand right
here.
It was
custom made. Was a custom made knife.
I don't
obviously.
doubt that. And like I like the show. Did he really say? He goes, this. I guess it's this, if anything. Adrian.
So, what was super funny is at one point I said, bro, Rambo is just like how Americans portray history in the textbooks. Because, like, they go there and it's like, oh, yeah, just one American. Americans are so mighty, one American beats all the Vietnamese and the Russians. Okay.
Even though we lost Vietnam, they're like, who cares?
We pulled out of Vietnam, Austin. You can't say that. But, and just the way we portray the whole thing as heroic when, like, it's kind of mentally ill. Rambo literally just explodes fucking villages that we saw civilians in.
Yes.
With explosive arrows, with rockets. He was in a helicopter once. He went down the line. He destroyed every fucking building he saw.
His helicopter had to have had 45 missiles.
Yeah, they're not even made to carry more than like probably 5.
Literally, it's 1985.
And it's like something I noticed, and I saw these movies as a kid, and I'm like, badass. They still are. Don't get me fucking wrong. But the way, like, there's this whole thing about how there's a military like entertainment complex that these macho movies kind of steered like the social view, like how people view militarism and like colonialism and all that shit as being like kind of cool and badass. But like, yeah, we went there it wasn't a defensive war. Something communism might have been happening. You know, we killed a bunch of civilians and blew up their villages, and like, here's Rambo just destroying the infrastructure of fucking
Eco-terrorism.
Vietnam, setting ablaze the crops, fucking napalming the land, and it's truly is like, yeah, this is how America puts shit in the textbooks.
100%, 100
It's heroic.
fucking percent. And nobody will ever dispute it, bro.
Nope.
Like those textbook stories, they're in forever.
Oh, that shit happened, yeah.
Yeah. No, Rambo's real. They actually did, and I didn't look into it. There's like 16 things you might not know about Rambo. I guess it's based off a true fucking soldier.
Yeah, John McCain.
No, he was given the sloppy in the shack.
Yeah, that's the part that it was based on. And they said, what if it'd be cool if this badass just walked by and was like,
so
trap.
Hey, okay, you guys guess where it was filmed?
In Mexico. I had it
Laos.
pulled up right here.
Boom, Mexico.
I had it pulled up.
Mexico, no fucking
Yep.
way.
Yes, the Vietnamese jungle is Mexico.
I thought it looked like Appalachia. Like they were
Looking like some fucking
Deliverance.
deliverance ass jungle.
I mean, at the end of the day, what I've learned about like watching fucking Planet Earth enough is like, oh, geographically, like everything that's like all the Americas, it's fucking just copy and paste on the other side.
Yeah.
How you're laid out. That's the exact climate. You know what I mean? It's not rocket science. They're like, okay, well, we don't want to go to Vietnam, so fucking Mexico's right where Vietnam is.
We can
On
go to
the
a
other
donkey
side-
show when we're done filming.
Boom. Yeah. No, Rambo's fucking going to donkey shows after his 2-hour workout. 100%.
She's getting stretched out. Sorry, kids. Look, that's vague.
So
Okay.
what I wish would have happened in Rambo, and I think this is for sure my final point, is when Rambo was captured and they were like torturing him, I wanted it to kind of turn into like a Tropic Thunder situation where the Vietnamese recognize that that Rambo's actually Rocky from the movies, so that they would actually just like make him recreate Rocky, just like how they did in Tropic Thunder with Simple Jack. They're like, whoa, Rocky, you Rocky? And then they fucking make him reenact the Rocky movies in front of him as entertainment.
You were like, they make the POWs fight him to it. And I was like, yeah, they don't even have boxing gloves. They just wrap their hands in like fucking like
rice sacks. Like they just wrap it up.
They say,
bro.
go fight now. And then you said like, or I think you said, and then they just kill him afterwards.
No,
Yeah.
remember we said we're gonna fucking recreate Rocky 1 with Apollo Creed, and they're gonna take another POW, dip him in some cow shit to get like the black complexion, give him blackface from cow shit, and then boom, Rocky
Yeah.
1. You Rocky.
Well, I thought Christian
You're
was
Rocky
like,
now.
I thought Christian said something like, yeah, and then they just kill him afterwards.
Yeah, like he knocks out the Apollo Creed. Like, haha, that's funny. They just execute him right there.
He's like, wait, I thought I did good.
That would be awesome. Okay, but I will finish it off.
Do you want to give your rate, and then
Yeah,
we'll let
yeah.
Christian do his final points? And
after watching Rocky 2 or motherfucker.
After watching-
bro.
Sylvester Stallone, one-word movies that are a name that start with R. Rocky, Rambo.
No other actor will
The
ever have that.
Expendables. Oh yeah, they made an Expendables
Oh,
reference
yeah.
in 1985.
They did. But pineapple rating wise, this movie gets a 3.5 pineapples for me. Good watch. Real good watch. Well done for a 1985 film and Sylvester Stallone in his prime. Hey, Sly. We've made plenty of Rocky fucking connections from this, but Rambo is your true roots, bro. Rambo is by far out of the two movies, the more badass than Rocky.
Yeah, because they just don't add it. There's no arc. It's just you drop it, you shoot. Okay,
Right.
it's like Warzone now that they've added them. You just drop it and you shoot.
Okay, but that's mine.
All right, Chris, if you wanna.
Okay, yes, I have some thoughts. to rattle off.
And thanks everybody for no.
Oh, I have to talk about the geopolitics, Austin.
of Rambo,
Yeah, of Rambo.
Minecraft.
So I wanted to talk about the weapon inaccuracies I picked up on. In this movie.
yeah.
There's really two of them, maybe technically three. But first, okay, when he's in the boat with the pirates, after the pirates sell him out, he takes one of their shotguns, which was a Spaz 12 shotgun. And although he's firing standard ammunition, he pumps it after each shot. Fun fact about the Spaz 12 in real life, it was made as a very tactical shotgun. So if you ever notice playing video games, sometimes the Spaz 12 is pump action where you have
And sometimes it's fucking automatic.
Exactly. The reason for this is because in real life, it has like a 2-setting thing. Basically, the way automatic weapons work is the extra, you know how like there's like the fucking like vent and shit on the top of the gun near the barrel?
Right, it's for heat to dissipate off the barrel.
And they also, basically, when you shoot a round, the energy, extra energy from that round is what makes the next round chamber, essentially. It's like very like scientific. You could say.
It's like how a handgun works. You shoot it, and the force of the round going off pulls the slide back, and once the casing leaves it, the force brings the next casing up.
Exactly.
So it's kind of the same thing with that.
So the Spaz 12, when you're using standard ammunition, you can do that because a standard round has enough energy to rechamber the round. However, it's meant to be used in like by law enforcement and like other like special situations. So there are things like riot rounds, like beanbag rounds, which those are considered low energy ammunition. Those do not have enough energy when you fire them to redirect to rechamber the next round. So what do? Well, if you make it to where you could pump the shotgun as well, so you get to use those rounds and rechamber them. So the thing was, and technically, what Rocky did
Rambo.
Oh, Rocky! See, now you got me doing
Yes.
it. That was probably the pitch for for Rambo. Oh, what if Rocky had a fucking machine gun and he was in Vietnam?
Give him a fucking handbed and call him Rambo.
But Rambo was firing that Spaz 12. He wasn't using no fucking beanbag rounds. He was murdering these pirate motherfuckers. Okay, he went bang, chick, chick, bang, which that chambers automatically in real life.
Wasting time.
Also,
Inaccurate.
You go ahead and try to shoot that motherfucker from your hip.
Okay, that's a general inaccuracy.
But Rambo is also like he benches 950 pounds as his fucking warm up, so maybe he's just built different.
Every single character and soldier in this movie fires from the hip.
Yeah, there's no aiming down sight. It's like Fallout 3 up in this bitch.
So, but the only one who could hit is Rocky. Okay. I mean, Rambo. Jesus Lord.
Rocky can hit too, though.
John Rambo. Yeah, dude. He could fire from hip. 1-2 boogaloo.
1-2 boogaloo.
The other weapon inaccuracy is Rambo's signature weapon, the M60 machine gun. You know, he's got the fucking ammo belt. The thing is, when he fires at the end of the movie, he fires the whole belt when he gets back to the base into these computers to break all the computers because the guy like betrayed him and sent him on a death mission. He fires the whole belt, okay? And you think, well, what's inaccurate about that? In Vietnam, the M60s were very prone to firing failures with it was either the mechanism or the way the bullets were linked together.
It was the link. The belt would just get caught.
And so like basically
Also,
what
the
would happen,
lifespan was like 30 seconds of a M60 gunner in Vietnam.
Yeah. And you'd be firing a belt of ammo and one would get like stuck basically. So you'd have to like do up the thing and fucking fix it. So in real life you would not fire a whole M60 without a fucking firing failure. So that's like a funny inaccuracy.
But Rambo just gets the whole belt off.
Yeah.
Maybe he's just really good about cleaning his M60.
There's so many shot continuity errors in that. It'd be like his belt is wrapped around his arm in one shot. Then the next shot, he's fucking holding bullets in his hand.
Then he goes back.
Then it's back to wrapped around his arm.
Also,
I'm
he's
just
he's
fucking
fucking like freehanding that bitch. Like
yes.
Like that's a gun
Yeah.
you usually lay prone and have a bipod shooting it. You don't just I could just fire it from here.
Well, the logic is on light machine guns. So if for them to feed properly, you know, when it goes down into a box or hangs, you have it coming out of the hole. I forget what it's called.
The chamber.
The chamber, little hole in the side, sideways. But then when it hangs down, so like you got kind of a problem where that would make it fail easier. So back when they used to have like a guy that would hold it up so it goes in perfectly sideways. And, you know, then they created like box and bag ammo, you know, types that would feed it properly. But he's just freehanding it. So he's like, I'm going to wrap it around my arm. and raise the arm, and then as it gets shorter, I'll just prop it up.
Right.
That's the logic behind that, But I don't know how you're not going to one-hand an M60 in real life.
Absolutely.
I don't care.
You're
how
also not
light
going to shoot it in Vietnam for more than 35 seconds.
Exactly. So and the only other inaccuracy was he fires what looked like an M72 log rocket launcher when he destroys a helicopter. Which you have to, and this could be said about the RPG rocket as well. Most rocket launchers at that time, they had you had to have backwards clearance.
Oh, that's still with ones we make today too. That's still a thing. You have to
Okay.
have backwards clearance.
There's like a blast room, and you could like I don't know if it caused an explosion or you could fucking destroy the building you're in. But he fired it in a helicopter cockpit.
See, when you say that reminds me of this guy. He gets super political on YouTube, so I stopped watching him because it's like I just want to watch gun videos. I don't want to hear about the politics.
Old.
But he does this like he did like the Darwin Awards, and he like replays videos of people being stupid with guns. And there's this one where this guy is like shooting up in the air, like it's like a cartel. I'm just saying that like to kind of set the image, like a cartel. So he's shooting in the air, and like he just like loses control, just like on the ground, and there's people in front of him, around him, but like the analogy he uses, he goes, "Yeah, man, he's shooting," and then he just fucking mows the grass. And I was like, why do you have to say mow the grass?
That's good.
I'll have to find it because it's like it's really fucked up. But then when you find out like nobody got hurt, which surprised, it looks like people get shot. It's the same one where that CIA agent like is like at a party and he still has his gun and he does a backflip and the gun comes out and he goes to pick it up and as he grabs it, it goes off like into the crowd. It's like, dude, come on.
That's not safe.
So what do you have to say about Rocky Rambo?
All right, well, hold on, Austin. I still have one more.
Well, yeah, that's why I asked.
I have one more brief tangent before I get my rating. I know I always have an extra thing.
But it's beautiful.
Okay, I wanted to point out how one, there's been a resurgence of memes about Vietnam and the song "Fortunate Son," and it's all centered around us acknowledging how fucked up Vietnam was and how like movies and media portrayed it as badass, which is kind of what we're talking about, like
right.
And the whole joke is centered around that. I know it's offensive because we're talking about like, oh, we killed all those motherfuckers. It's awareness of that, but I didn't realize how movies like I almost said Rocky again. First Blood Part 2 kind of influenced a lot of the Vietnam-related media I saw as a kid, which, if you want to be big brain, that's part of that like military entertainment complex. It's like a weird cultural thing. Black Ops 1, that was a Vietnam game, okay? The jungle map, part of the map is a jungle, but there's also a part that's like ruins, like ancient ruins. In the beginning of this movie, when he's first going in to infiltrate the first like camp, he starts out as some like ancient looking ruins in the jungle. That's where he first meets that woman that he's with most of the movie. I'm like, oh dude, that comes from fucking Rambo 2. That they're fans. I love the Metal Gear Solid games. Metal Gear Solid 3 took hella from Rambo 2. One, it's a mission, one-man mission, stealth mission set in the jungle. Okay, they said it's not a fish. They said, oh, if you don't complete it within so many hours, we're gonna pull out and leave you here. That happened in Metal Gear Solid 3 as well. They had a shot of the jumping into from the airplane, and the jump was like messed up. It was like a problem with the jump. Happened in Metal Gear Solid 3 as well.
Wow.
Also, Metal Gear Solid 3, the torture sequence where he was zapped. That happened in Metal Gear Solid 3 as well. The other cool thing is that you can get a light machine gun in Metal Gear Solid 3. That's like what the M60 is. Fucking big belts.
Yeah.
And when you fire it for a prolonged time, he does a Rambo scream. So, like, and the guy who created those games is like a big, like, American cinephile. He loves all the American movies. So it's cool to look back and say, oh, shit, that, like, inspired that other thing I like.
Oh, of course, dude. And that's why I brought up the whole Rick and Morty thing as well, because they do a lot of, like, connection. Like, Rambo's really laid the base of it, bro. I think that's, like, kind of what you're alluding to, even in the video game world. Fucking took over.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy all the similarities you just listed. Because they literally, every action movie since all the Rambos are like, oh, well, that worked. People like it. Fucking give it to them.
The other funny thing of going back to the Vietnam meme is that this is one of the movies that definitely made, because in the beginning of the movie, I swear it happened 8 times. It shows like a rice field or a rural area,
Christian made sure to point out every time too.
or like rice paddies, a big like field of rice paddies with the like the marsh. One of those shots, then a shot with a helicopter, like a Huey helicopter, a rural like rice field, a Huey helicopter, and like that's what all the jokes are about. Like, oh, when the rice farmers hear "Fortunate Son" playing in the distance.
Oh my god.
Like this movie definitely helped with the jokes. You know what I mean? It kind of painted the picture. So do you want my final thoughts on how good the movie was?
Yeah,
Boom.
what's your pineapple?
I loved this movie as a kid. Forgot about what happened. Watched it again. It was badass. Rocky isn't a complex character, but his arc was an arc of redemption. They sent him to die. He fucking faced all the adversity he can. He fucking won the mission. He was kind of psychopathic when he like blew up that guy with the fucking a single man with the fucking
Explosive arrow.
I'm like, whoa, he's fucking deranged. But it was badass when he got back, and the cigar guy, not gonna tell you what that means, just watch the movie. There's Colonel and Cigar. Okay, those are the 2 guys at the base. He comes back and he like faces him after he's the one who sent him to die, and he's like, ugh, and he fucking stabs the knife into the desk next to his head. As a kid, I remember that. That was my takeaway that I remembered, and still it hit really badass. And Vietnam, very funny. So four pinnaples. Love it.
Boom. Okay, I like it.
I'll be short and sweet. Movie was good. Typical action, like stereotypes. Typical, yeah, man. I give it a solid 3, just right in the middle.
Boom.
It was like
Okay.
yeah, I could like maybe have like a nice twee. Sit there, just
We gotta. Like, I feel like we gotta watch. We should have watched more. Like maybe in order, maybe 2 of them. If we're gonna tweet with it,
yeah. If you're gonna twee with it, you might have to do 2 and like just like, all right, here we go. Yeah.
and then always have Fortunate Son queued up. Just
Always
to
have
play
Fortunate Son
for
queued up.
helicopter scenes.
Yeah, only so you have to have somebody. We'll have to have Lonnie manning the like an iPod with an aux cable, like one of those obnoxious like RGB speakers.
Yes.
You see it like a quince.
Our dedicated, it ain't me guy.
But yeah, this is we're getting pretty long with the episodes now. I feel like we're doing pretty good at being us and just being dudes, being
Dudes
guys.
being guys.
Just
What
shitting in
better?
their ears.
What better, guys being dudes?
Be a
This
man.
is like at a college game, right?
Of course.
It's like a football. Is that how you guys were? The guys being dudes.
Yeah, that's how you gotta be, bro. And then you add some. We went away from tweets today. We went to jokes.
Yeah.
Yes,
some Jack and
tasty-ass
Cokes.
jokes.
I mean, I went to
Oh.
the Serena Williams Gatorade bottle.
Yeah, if you're not sweating fucking red Gatorade tonight, I don't know what that's for.
I
you know?
remember at wrestling practice, he yelled at me because I was drinking Gatorade. I'm gonna be just sweating Gatorade, boys. I'm gonna be water weight.
I want to one day recreate that commercial. Once you get your really good camera in, and then we can just like fuck around with it. I want to
All
recreate.
I have to do is sweat, and then you just color correct the
yes.
droplets.
Yes, bam, perfect. We'll do that.
We're sweating chocolate milk this time, though. Instead.
Out of my arteries.
We'll
Something
make a
really
that's a
nasty.
Yahoo or it's like a Yoo-hoo.
Yoo-hoo, yeah.
Yoo-hoo. Yoo-hoos.
And then you like marinara sauce for Prego.
Bro,
Jesus.
Papa John's, he be sweating that marinara.
He'd be sweating them bullets too.
Sure.
Well, everybody, we appreciate you joining us. We had fun as usual. We hope you enjoyed this live stream a day early. Sorry, not sorry. You know where to find us: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Lukewarm Cinema Podcast, YouTube, TikTok,
Everywhere.
everywhere. Literally everywhere. We're on Robinhood.
We're on the net.
Okay.
Find us.
Come find us on Robinhood. You can watch crypto like in like the waveforms like spell out Lukewarm Cinema Podcast. And if you like,
It's like an Etch-a-Sketch drawing. It's all fucked up. Trying to write
it
your
somehow
name.
goes backwards. It's like, wait, how did they go back in time? But we appreciate you guys listening. Until next time, everybody. Jinkui.
Jinkui.
Jinkui.